All right, so what I want to do now is let's get into functions because I think it's going to be really important for us to do. So I'm going to right click, new file, call it functions.php, and we're going to set our page up. I hope this is almost automatic with you. Okay. And I'm going to actually just do a couple very basic examples of functions so that to get the point across, and then we can talk as we go about a little bit more complicated functions. So a function is a reusable piece of code, which means that I can just call the function like I did with some of those string functions that are built into PHP or the numbers or the arrays, and I can get it to do something reusable over and over again. So for example, if I wanted to, I could write a function, and the syntax is function, and then you give it the function name. And so in this case, I might put, I call this function hello, and then you put two parentheses, and then curly brackets. And what I'm going to do is when the function hello is called, I'm going to write the word hello world exclamation point, and then a paragraph tag. All right. And the way I call it is just by typing hello. 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 Now this will just go boom, 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 and run this code 3 times. Let's get back to functions. Hello world, hello world, hello world. Okay? Super cool. And it's a great way that if we have much more complicated, like we might do something else. We might have, I don't know what else we would do, but I'll show you one. The next thing about a function is you can take a parameter or multiple parameters to a function. So you can give it input. So I can put hello, I can put username. And what does that mean? Well, if I change world to be username, save it, I can put hello Greg and Kippy. Okay, we save that. Let's run that, see if it's going to work for us. Hello Greg and Kippy. So we were able to just save a lot of code because I only have to write hello Greg, hello and hello Kippy. All right. Show a second parameter. I can have location. Hello username. Welcome to the location. So I do, and now we see there's an error because it expects 2 arguments. You see how it says expects 2 arguments? Found 1. So Greg, comma, Terror Dome, and coffee shop, and Kippy, the couch. I'm doing this on purpose with the capitalization just to be silly, but I'll show you why. Okay, so I've saved it. I go here now, and we refresh it. Hello, Greg. Welcome to the Terror Dome. Hello, Ann. Welcome to the coffee shop. Hello, Kippy. Welcome to the couch. Couch. Now, you notice that I forgot a period. So, hey, guess what? I can just change it in one place, save it, go back, refresh, and it's all fixed. That's weird about couch. Maybe what I should do is on every time it goes, do my favorite string to lower, parentheses, I think this is not going to work. Watch this. String to lower. Yeah, that's not what we want. We can do a couple of things here. One is we can do a quote dot and then dot quote, right? Because that's a concatenator. And this is when I would want to do that, because I'm calling a function. Hello, Greg. Welcome to the Terror Dome. Hello, and welcome to the coffee shop. Hello, Kippy. Welcome to the couch. Even though, you know, coffee shop is capitalized, and then couch is all capitals. It's pretty cool, right? So I can just change code in one place, and it gets changed every time I use it. This is incredibly powerful for reusability. If I write a function, I'm able to, you know, reuse this code and make it a lot easier for myself because I only have to change it in one place. Now, what I'm going to do is write one more function that can do something along the lines of our early if statements. So I'm going to function, I'm going to check age. I'm going to get the user age. And I can do everything that I can do in code in PHP. So I might say like if user age is equal to or greater than, it's greater than or equal to 16, return true. Else, return false. So what is this return thing I'm doing? Well, a return is you get a function and then you send something back. You send something to the function, and then the function sends something back to you. You give it input, and it gives you output. So before I do check age, I'll just do one more function that has a return value, just to kind of make a very overly silly and useless function. Pig Latin false, because it's not going to be just called pig Latin. It's not really going to be pig Latin. Phrase and what I'm going to do is I'm going to just say new phrase, new phrase equals phrase plus a question mark. So maybe it's more like Canadian Latin. Okay, and then I'm going to do return new phrase. And how do I use that? I can say echo pig Latin how are you? Question mark. Save it. And you see how I said echo and then pig Latin? Because what I'm doing is this value from the function is going to be whatever this returns. Okay? So if I go now to my code here and I hit refresh, did I save it? Function. Let's see what's going on. Page source. That's super weird. Okay, there it is. The code, this is interesting. I had a plus here. It's not a plus. It should be a dot. I had that plus and that was breaking all the code. It's a dot. Okay, my bad. And so echo pig Latin, how are you? And then the other thing I can do from a return, like I have these two returns, like return true or return false. So I can say something like if check age 18, if it's true, echo you can drive, and save. Go back now to localhost, refresh. Now, of course, with pig Latin, how are you? There's probably lots of other code I can put in here. Like maybe I could pop off that question mark so that, you know, it ends up going to the end, like all that kind of stuff. Like there's stuff I can do within this function, but I only have to change it once to make that work correctly. And again, that's sort of the power of a function, is that it's reusable and easy to update only once. The other powerful thing is you can create a very complicated thing. Sorry. So this is not complicated, but we could create a very big if statement or checks and, you know, get data from a database and check it and see if see where it is and have it all in one place, you know, the check age return. So that's kind of neat too, as opposed to tons of if the user age is greater than or equal to 16, like over and over again in my code. By just putting it as something like this, we can really save our time and coding.